Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Surprisingly good about the season 3, the intro to the
franchise is going hard right now.
Listen, and everything is so fun in this Dragon Ball world right now. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in for the first time, this is the Lookout. I am Meals. I'm here with the Platinum Chanel boy himself, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm here.
And we have a special guest for our first episode back, and we had to have him here. We've only had a few guests on this entire thing.
Yeah, no, seriously.
So my man is in very good company. He's in company with, 4-time world champion. He's in company with Justin OG Johnny 5. We've had very little guests on here, but we had to get my man who has been supportive of day one. I've been supportive of all his endeavors moving forward. You got Johnny. What are we calling you?
This is Young Go Tanks in the building.
I'm here for it.
Listen, and Go Tanks is a good way to start this off because we're getting into the Boo saga, and we're going to dive into this. And this has been a tall task. When's the last time you fully watched the Boo saga?
Fully watched. Probably live, the weekly, daily, weekly, when it was airing on Toonami, when it ran through the whole thing.
Right. It's
a lot to get through.
It's a lot.
It's a lot to get through.
You know what? Let me look at the timeline and events of when it aired in the United States, just to see literally how long it took for this. Because to sit through this, to review this for this upcoming season, and we're happy you guys chose it. The Boo saga. Don't get me wrong. It was a tall ask. The Boo saga in America started September 10th, 2001.
Yeah, see,
what an awkward day.
2001, and I'm saying, right, the craziest thing about that was I think it ended up being it was just too much at that time for me getting into. You said, what was that 2001?
2001.
Yeah, bro.
September 10th, 2001.
That's terrible, man. That's terrible, man.
This literally means Dragon Ball Z did not stop through the September 11th attacks when all the channels were preempted with news completely around the cycle.
I couldn't even watch Disney Channel.
I couldn't watch anything, bro.
I couldn't watch anything, bro.
Oh my God. How was it for you, John? Do you remember that time? Do you remember?
How old are you? How old are you, bro?
I am 25 years old.
Okay, so yeah, he's a little younger than us, Mills.
The actual, as far as the actual proceedings on TV, I don't remember how it carried through those events, but it just the whole thing was waiting of it was the only thing of it's waiting for it to
right,
come on and wait.
You're pretty much waiting for. I was playing my N64 back then, every day religiously. Just because a lot of news. I'm 11. News was a lot. Everything was pretty heavy.
I ain't watching news, bruh. I ain't watching, man.
I'm literally just watching, and we're going through it. And listen, it started September 10th, 2001. The Majin Buu saga, the Buu saga, did not end. Wow. Until April 7th, wow. So 2003.
They went into the core of that situation.
Yeah, this was on for pretty much. This is a series that's been on for almost 2 years. Mm-hmm. It's been at least 18 months. This entire series had to,
Well, and the crazy thing about what you just said, that 2003, I took a sharp turn in 2003. I started getting into hardcore anime then.
Really?
So I think the Boo saga really, for me at least, of course, prior to just us watching it, this past few weeks, but it was more sporadic than anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think I had a good time watching it when I was younger because I probably didn't catch it all properly until I got older.
John, what was what kind of I'm revisiting a couple new anime. I mean it's not new. My Hero Academia is not new, but I'm currently binging.
Newer.
Yeah, it is newer though. What animes have you watched before? What are you watching now?
Right now I've done some of the Academia, obviously watching back through DBZ, Super. far as like that same time as DBZ was going on, I was getting like the base level Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, stuff like that.
You're
Yeah.
us. You belong right here.
Absolutely. I literally, that's what I'm saying though. But it's like with the Boo Saga, from the time that it was running, that was a weird time for me personally as a kid. That's why I was going through like so many different changes. I probably didn't take it in like I could have at that time.
Yo, there's so much going on. There's so much everything going on. I remember Jeff, you were watching the other day the first season of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Did you get through it, or did you just like at some point I give up? I know where I give up, but like
I think we watched like 5 or 6 episodes, me and my baby brother, but I mean it's entertaining. It has really entertaining episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And then like there's some episodes that are just like really just like, come on, like,
right,
how long did it take you guys to do this? Like like just no real like thought process behind it. But I love Pokemon. Sometimes I think my love for the company it definitely helps me get through some things that I may not necessarily be interested in.
Right.
I'll play a Pokemon game if it's not a base Pokemon game, just because it's a Pokemon game. You understand what I'm saying?
You played
Pokemon Ranger, the like turn-based like
pinball.
I'll do it just because.
All the wild offshoots. Yeah.
Have you played Pokemon Pinball?
Yeah, I have it. It's a black cartridge.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Or I'm sorry. I'm thinking of trading card game. But the pinball game.
Bought that too.
Oh yeah, dude, the trading card game.
The actual TCG. Yeah,
bro, that game was so fun, dude.
Oh my god. I did
all that. Yeah, I did all that.
I was literally, I think, I don't know if it came out between Gold and Silver or something, but literally I was just like, Pokemon Pinball was like the next Pokemon game, and I was like, I need more of this shit.
It had Generation 2 stuff in it, so I think that was. I remember Cyndaquil
right,
or something like that.
Damn,
that game was fun as hell.
Those were the days. 2001.
That was a fun ass game.
2001. This is what we're going back to. The Blueprint, Jay-Z, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Everything is going on in 2001, including the Boo Saga. And we have to preface this. The Boo Saga is the last saga in the Dragon Ball Z series. It is the one, to me, in my opinion, probably should have ended at the Cell Saga.
Yeah, you think so? But bro, there's certain things that I just think it could have been condensed better. I think if this was more condensed story, you wouldn't be saying this. I think you would like, but they give us so many different type of things to be upset at, and I think it just needs to be condensed.
I think the series falls off of a cliff very early and tries to recover at moments, but then never fully recovers. But it's still kind of an entertaining sort of thing. You get the new transformations. I mean, talk about the big events in the Boo Saga. We're getting an adult Gohan.
Yeah,
that's interesting considering where he left off in the Cell Saga.
How old is Gohan? Still in high school, ain't he?
Yeah, he's like starting like first day of high school. He did some home training after Cell, and then when he goes like. I think it starts out he's getting on the Nimbus and he's going to his first day of high school.
Yeah, he's going to first day of high school. It's the intro to the Boo Saga is very like anime-esque.
It is. And small side stories.
Yeah,
and like that.
It's less the anime genre that Dragon Ball Z created, which was, or at least revolutionized, which was this very like fight heavy, dialogue heavy, drama heavy genre of anime that we've all seen. Just like everyone thinks Dragon Ball Z is literally like power ups for the entire episode, and sometimes it is.
Team fights.
And some people think Dragon Ball Z is like super. Like I know people who don't know much about it, but like they just assume that it's a violent show, but like compared to other anime, it's not violent really at all.
Yeah.
It's not, bro. Like,
it has its moments, like when 17 was crushing Jiro's head and all the absorption stuff. That was wild, but yeah,
right. But you know what I mean.
The most violent thing I've saw in the Dragon Ball series, came all after the fact, years when I discovered Dragon Ball. It is Piccolo shooting a hole through Goku's arm and then stepping on it. And Goku
that
yells
was
at
it
that.
for you.
He puts out that yelp. It was just like a shriek
Hey,
of just
man.
like, ah! Like one of those.
Listen, bro. Watch one or two episodes of Tokyo Ghoul, and
Oh my God.
and you'll be like, yeah, you'd be so disturbed, dude.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, that might be a little much for him, Jeff. I don't know if we want to.
It may be. It's
It
a
may
lot.
be a little. I'm in like My
It's
Hero
a great
Academia, so this
show,
is
though.
like
It's
a
a
grade
great show,
school.
though. It's a great show.
I'm learning to be a hero in My Hero Academia, and I like it thus far. I'll be
It
honest.
was
with you.
good, man. It's a good. It's good. It's good.
But with that, we might as well start up the Boo Saga.
Yeah, man. Let's get into this show
Let's
that everyone voted for and
every.
didn't vote for TN and Dragon Ball,
Well, listen, we had a good amount of votes for everything. Well,
but it
all right,
didn't win.
John, what did you vote for?
Yeah, what did you vote for?
I voted for Dragon Ball.
Oh, let's go. Which one? Wait, we had two on there.
We had we had
You
Dragon
We just
Ball.
had TN. We just
We had
had
the TN one.
Goku Black, you had Tien Shinhan, and then you had Boo.
and you voted TN.
I voted Tien. Oh, and I think GT was on there as well. It was a 4-1.
That's
GT,
true.
something
17.
on GT
Super,
was
super,
on
super
there.
17. Super 17.
Yeah, Super 17. That's the one. Yeah.
I didn't think
Okay.
anyone would go crazy for that.
I still want to do it one day, though.
I mean, we could do it. It's a short series. We probably end up doing it like
All we gotta do is
episode
talk
by
about-
episode.
Yeah. All we gotta do is talk about 17, bro.
Yeah, it is what it is. But we're the Boo Saga's here,
It's here, man.
and it
We
kicks
get it.
off with a bunch of filler. I mean, this is filler in a sense. Do you think anything?
But it's storytelling filler though.
It is, and then
I
it
think it
kinda
has purpose.
isn't because
it goes on and off with these characters that they introduce, dealing with Gohan and him just trying to be
Well,
great Saiyaman.
I'm talking about the Other World tournament.
Oh
God.
God,
The other world was.
I can't wait to tell you.
For me.
I can't wait to tell
Terrible
you,
for me.
like, bro, it's not fun. It's not fun. I've been waiting to talk to you about this because like they should just started with Gohan.
Yeah,
I don't care about none of that.
The Other World tournament.
I understand that it started off, no, it don't. No, I'm not giving this. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I was about to. You see what I was about to do?
We're not gonna get crazy into the Other World tournament.
Yeah,
We're not gonna do a deep dive into the Other World tournament.
Yeah, the tournaments are great because they tournament arcs are great because they introduce a lot of great characters. It's a good way to introduce a lot of characters all at once. But we find out that a lot of the participants in the tournament not much to write home about, save for Goku and Pycon.
Yes.
All right. So here's our problem with the Other World tournament because it essentially is the Other World tournament between all four quadrants of the universe: North Kai, South Kai, East Kai, West Kai. Like somehow that was a thing, and then
I mean, it's weird considering where this all leads.
And then you kind of learn later the fact there was also a North Supreme Kai, a West Supreme Kai, a South Supreme Kai, and I'm just like, all right, then what was the?
I would have been South Supreme because his name is the dopest.
Shout out to Supreme. I mean,
SSK, man.
We should
South
do a
Supreme.
release with them. Come on, look out, Supreme Kai. Like make
It's
a little.
hard. Don't wait, Mills. Chill out, Mills.
There's
You
some
may have
bad
to edit that out.
of Supreme Kai in a Supreme. He's looking like a like a hype beast. There's a
Oh, he dressed in Supreme.
Oh my God! Listen, but the only things we get out of this Other World tournament here are the major points that we have.
Yeah.
We get Pycon, who looks like Piccolo, but he may be stronger than Piccolo. So Pycon, I mean,
I think he is stronger than Piccolo.
He gave Goku pretty much run for his money, and
I'm
Piccolo
pretty
has
sure
not
he is.
given Goku a run for his money in a very long time. We have Pycon. We learn about there's 4 different Kais, but at the end they don't matter because we really don't really see any of them again.
Yeah.
We learn there is a Grand Kai, old dude, and they're fighting to be trained by the Grand Kai. But literally, probably maybe 30 episodes later, he no longer matters because there's a Supreme Kai who's over the Grand Kai. So we were literally, I think, outside of a movie. Is it the Janemba movie?
Yeah, Fusion Reborn in theaters this fall.
Are we going to see that? Are we going to theaters to?
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah, it's the double feature. It's Bardock and Fusion Reborn.
Listen,
I'm gonna go. I mean, I'm gonna do it probably just because of fanhood, but I mean, it's cool.
I might see it. So we have that. We see Grand Kai there, but we never really see him again. And I mean, that's really it. Goku.
That's it, man.
They both disqualify from the tournament for hitting the ceiling, which makes no fucking sense. Yeah. But nothing is really established from there except, wow. I think this was like, you need more Goku, here's more Goku, you know?
I didn't need more Goku, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I didn't need more.
But the way the series goes, it's like you're gonna get Goku. The series is about Goku.
No matter what, man. Just wait till we see. This is like deadbeat father Goku. Like, it's gonna be a good time to talk about.
He's enjoying himself. Goku. He's dead. He's away from parenting and husband responsibilities. Mm-hmm. Like, he's just chilling. He's just here living his best life. You know, not going back and forth with you villains. You know, God. Let's see. We have the Otherworld tournament. So I think we can wrap the Otherworld tournament up. John, you have any final thoughts or questions about the Otherworld tournament?
Final thought. Yeah, it's like, they basically write itself out because like, okay, you both lost, but I love the fight so much that I'll give you a private lesson in about 300 years. So they already move themselves out of the way,
right?
In that way.
Oh my God!
Onto the Gohan show.
After that, I mean, the Great Saiyaman saga. Can we call it that?
Yeah, Great Saiyaman saga. I don't mind it because I do think that it has like some more. It has storytelling purposes just from a Gohan perspective and him and Vidal's relationship. But it's cool. It's fun to watch. It's not that bad to watch.
How amazing! Great Saiyaman, there seems to be no limit to your incredible power. Please, sir, can you tell the folks at home a little bit about who you are and why you came to our city? You bet, sure. Huh? Hi-ya-ho! Here we go! I'm the man with the plan to uplift the good and root out the bad till we're living like we should. Hi-ya! Whoa, uh-huh. Now you understand that I'm the Great Saiyaman!
It's just like, seeing a kid who, has been thrust into the fighting life all his life, trying to be a normal, normal regular kid, and this.
But he's got superpowers.
And he wants to still help.
And he's like, I'm going through puberty and all this other stuff. I mean, I think that would have been a fire. He's like, yo, I'm trying to figure out my life, and how do I stop boners in the front of class? Dude. He's just trying to figure that out. The Great Saiyaman saga, it starts off with everyone clamoring over, oh my God, the Golden Fighter. The Golden Fighter stopped these heroes. And then there's Videl. We learn Videl is the daughter of Mr. Satan, Hercule, who also stops crime. And in order to protect his identity as the Golden Fighter, Gohan goes undercover as the Great Saiyaman.
Yeah. Fit check alert. So once again, shout out Boma.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I don't like about Great Saiyaman is the gloves and the helmet.
Are you a helmet or the do-rag guy?
I'm the do-rag guy for Gohan. I think he looks awesome in just like the green piece without the cape and the dude. Man, Boma's really she's out here, man.
What do you think, John?
Yeah, he's got his crazy setup because he has the gloves and he's got the wrist. It all back to shut to Capsule Corp. It all goes back into a wrist. His bracelet. He put one button. Poof. He's Great Saiyaman. So that's some ingenious tech by
next level.
Next level. But as we see in later episodes, nobody lets him live. Like nobody. nobody lets Goku or Gohan live about this. They're like, yeah, the Great Saiyan, like I'm the Great Saiyaman. It's like you're going dressed like that. Like everybody, nobody,
Everyone's like, we're
interchanges.
fighters. We're martial artists. We're not dorks.
Yeah, no, there's definitely a part I want to talk about later when we talk about Vegeta. there's a conversation we're gonna have to talk about.
Well, I mean, we can, in terms of the Great Saiyaman saga, we learned, I think in this saga, we are introduced to Goten, which is the son of Goku that he left behind when he died. He literally,
we talked about this.
Self-tooted and booted.
Right
yes.
before we think.
Call that a hit and run.
Listen. we think after Goku and Gohan got out of the time chamber and was like, I'm not trying to train. That week that they were at the crib, that time period they were at the crib, that's when it went down. After the Cell games, of course, Goku died.
A hero was conceived.
A hero was conceived.
It's like I might not come back, so here's
here's someone who looks just like me.
Is a parting gifts. So we learn about Goten. We learn about Trunks. We see Vegeta and Trunks training in the hyperbolic time chamber. Not in the hyperbolic time chamber. What am I saying? That gravity machine. Why is he still using that gravity machine?
I don't know, bro. He's ridiculous. Hey, real quick. Sorry, I don't mean to go back, but was Goten and Trunks born with tails? Is there any information about that? We know Trunks wasn't. We know Trunks wasn't because you could.
But why not?
I know. That's my point. But I'm saying like.
They probably sliced it preemptively off screen,
and they just don't tell us. Like it's just something that because remember they had actually as a matter of fact, I think Baby Trunks was naked a few times,
and they must have like,
and he doesn't have a tail.
He does not have a tail in the fucking Cell saga.
I mean, Gohan was born with one, so why wouldn't? I mean, they all have Saiyans just like Gohan is. So I was just curious. I don't know what happened, but maybe because. You know what? I have a theory. Maybe if the father Saiyan doesn't have his tail and he breeds with somebody else, they won't get the tail. Because when Gohan, when Chi-Chi and Goku got pregnant, Goku had his tail.
Did he? He hadn't had his tail for a minute.
No, he didn't have his tail.
He didn't have
his tail.
Yeah, he got to cut off the first time he won 8.
You're right. This is a mystery.
What happened to their tails? This is a
mystery. Why does Trunks and Goten not have tails?
I mean, they obviously don't have tails for the reason why we all know because turning to monkeys and
right. But we know that they haven't gotten away from the whole tail thing. Like we know it's still part of the story. I mean, they're even putting it in characters in Super still. So what I mean by is like, why is that not explained in that case? Because in that case, if it's still a thing that's within the story, the tail and the monkey, all that,
it's probably just cut off screen. Yeah.
Anyways, I was just some always wanted to know if y'all knew anything about it.
In the Great Saiyaman saga, we're introduced to Goten, we're introduced to Trunks, we're introduced to Videl. Thoughts on Videl because
I got plenty of thoughts on Videl.
She's someone who exists in this saga with a plot. And then kind of doesn't, besides maybe Battle of Gods. There we go. Besides Battle of Gods, she's not really relevant outside of that.
Word.
And she changes from like this tough chick to like this very like domesticated woman who's like, I cook, I clean for my husband Gohan. Like, what are your thoughts on early Videl?
Yeah, she was kind of like, she's like hard, like sort of like hard, like, okay, my dad's the world champion. Who are these other guys coming in trying to be,
Right.
She still had that vision of her father was falling to that, but she slowly realizes that there's obviously that is not being told to me. Right. He's not the guy he really. Also, is like a single father situation or single parent situation. She was kind of hard, hard like that.
Could be. I didn't think about that. I didn't think about
it. Tough because she didn't have her mom, then she saw her dad going around and talking to all these other women. Apparently, as they allude to in the series,
it's kind of for me. Videl, at a certain point, I think she truly does believe that her dad is who he is, and obviously, he finds out that he's not. But from a character standpoint, I think she's perfect. Dude. I think she's perfect for what she is meant to be, and that's to opposite Gohan.
It's
Because
yeah.
Videl's like, I find her transformation similar to Vegeta's without the, obviously without the murderous stuff, but just like the way that the character's brought in from being so suspicious of everybody else, being hard-headed, but still being brave, you know what I'm saying? And kind of having this.
I feel like it was supposed to come like full circle with like Goku and Chi-Chi, and now that happened at the end of Dragon Ball, and then like at the end of Dragon Ball Z, now it's Gohan and Videl. Like maybe it's supposed to come a full circle, and maybe it's hinting to that, alluding to that, them finding love within martial arts or whatever. I like the early Videl. I wish that character kind of maintained throughout instead
Long
of
hair or short hair.
Short hair is fire.
I like long hair Videl. I like pigtail Videl.
I like short hair, even though the short hair one got messed up pretty bad, and we'll talk about it soon.
Yeah, we will.
But yeah, I mean, we were introduced to Videl. We learned Goten and Trunks can turn Super Saiyan.
Yeah, just regularly. Like, also, I don't want to skip over that because Vegeta freaked out, Gohan freaked out. Awesome scenes, man.
I think it's because Vegeta and Gohan really had to go through some shit to turn Super Saiyan.
I know. That's why I don't like. I love those parts of this little Saiyaman part because.
And in the Super Saiyan part, they're just kind of like introduced. They're just like, oh, you guys know what it is by now. We don't have to do an entire. I don't think, because I believe Trunks and Goten are really just supposed to be like these comedic characters and not really supposed to.
Absolutely. And speaking on that, the fact that Chi-Chi was training is incredible. We never talk about that.
She's come a long way.
She's come a long way, man. That shit's fire.
Yeah, because like Gohan even says like, oh, after my dad died, I guess she, kind of let up on the, being the, the strict parent. Typical strict parent. She kind of like, it's like, okay, I'll let you train. I'll let you know.
I hadn't realized just how much Mom has changed in the years since Dad died. But then again, I guess letting me skip school to train for the tournament should have been a clue. Tell me something. Going Super Saiyan is great and all, don't get me wrong, but does Mom know you can do it?
Yeah! You call that sparring? I bet your dearly departed father is rolling in his grave right now. Huh? What?
Are you okay? I'm sorry, Mom.
Goten!
I'm really sorry.
My little baby's turned into a delinquent.
Mom got really sad the first time it happened. She said I look like a delinquent, whatever that is.
Yeah, Mom loses her mind every time one of us goes blonde.
Also, I think it's really cool that she does train with Goten, considering he looks so much like Gohan. Or, I mean, Goku. I don't know if that has anything like it's like a little tied-in thing, but like if there was a side story to discuss Goten, who I think obviously doesn't get as much shine as Trunks because we know Trunks as an adult as well already. Like I like Goten. He doesn't get y'all know he doesn't get that attention besides being Gotenks.
Yeah, he really doesn't. I mean, at this point, neither of them do.
I know it's just Trunks.
We really don't even get anything from Goten and Trunks that are sort of new outside of like, oh, they confuse still.
I think they're gonna get. I think they should give Goten Trunks a nice little few filler episodes
in the new Super Series.
In the new Super Series, dealing with like maybe working for 17 or something. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't that be dope?
Yeah, they might have to get a couple, a little side story of like, okay, we're going to, because he says like, oh, I wouldn't leave the island to anybody else.
Yeah, so, do a little few episodes on the island, with 17. That'd be dope.
Get Marin in the action.
Yeah,
they're trying to save Marin.
Some cool stuff.
Ends up being a cool fighter herself. All this other extra shit. We don't have to go to GT route, which was very sad and bleak and all this other stuff. We can do some cool shit.
Yeah. They're definitely going to. They're going to erase all that shit during the Super era still. So I'm assuming the series is still called Dragon Ball Super, by the way.
I am assuming as well.
Yeah, just off the movie.
They have like a
Anyways.
subtitle like Dragon Ball Super something or Dragon Ball Super.
Oh yeah.
Probably, yeah. Probably now that I think about it. Also in the Great Saiyaman Saga, we learned that they have brought back the World Tournament, and the World Tournament is coming, and we're going to get fighters. Not only everyone literally is just like, as soon as they announced the tournament, I don't know how Goku got the intel, but Goku got the intel, and he just pops up in people's brains. It's like, oh wow,
he found out during the PyCon stuff, didn't he?
From
one of the Kais?
It was years later. It was years later.
Right,
All this happened years later. He literally pops up.
He taps into King Kai. Touches like he has that telepathy from from Kai World, and he's like, "Oh, they're gonna have the tournament again."
Yeah, I'll be back for one day for that tournament. It's almost like he announces the tournament. Like, he's like, I'll be back for that one day for that tournament. And literally everyone's like, well, if Goku's in, of course I'm in. Like, if Goku's in, like Piccolo and Krillin's like, oh, this will be fun. If Goku's in, I'm in. Vegeta's like, oh, I'm about to whoop that. I'm about to whoop that ass again.
Mm-hmm.
Gohan! Is that you, Dad? Please tell me that it's you!
No way, wow.
Kakarot! It's you! Dad, it's really you!
Hi, son. It's great to hear your voice again.
Dad, unbelievable! You're here!
Where is he?
Trunks, you haven't been telling Gohan the truth about his costume, have you?
This is great! Father, are you really coming back to compete in the World Championships?
Yeah! I'm allowed to come back for one day. Baba checked it out for me. It appears I have a little credit. I'm excited! I can't wait to see everyone. Tell your mom that I'm coming back for a whole day.
All right! Yes!
He's flipped, Dad.
No, son, his dad's coming back. Even I'm excited, Kakarot, at having another chance to defeat you.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. I guess anything's possible. Miracles do happen.
Miracles, huh? Oh, I can't wait.
Everyone's very receptive to joining the World Tournament, and the World Tournament is pretty much the next series that we're going into.
Do you want to see another one?
A World Tournament
in Super? Would you be okay with that if they hit us with that? If they hit us with that after the first season,
after,
and they bring back like some real good stuff, like
after the tournament. You mean like a world, world tournament, like on Earth?
Yeah.
After that tournament of power, man.
You know what I want? I want to go back to. I'm about to blow up this fucking world, and it's a true threat.
A true threat
on Earth.
The thing is, though, like, because they've expanded it to so many universes, the fact we have 13 universes now, it's just like, it's so rare that they're going to go back to Earth now. I mean, the greatest thing that happened, bro, they're going
to start off with Sadala after Broly. Watch.
I think the thing they had to do to make this Boo arc, and we're talking like episodes down the line, the thing they had to do to make this Boo arc worth it was like, fuck it, we got to blow up the Earth.
Yeah. This has to happen.
This has to happen. We've tried it multiple times. We've done everything else. We've had transformations after transformations. They're going to think this is the same thing if we don't blow up the Earth. Mm-hmm. Someone has got to die. And that's what happens in this Boo saga, quite frankly. World Tournament. Let me see if I can pull up the cast of characters in this World Tournament. And get everyone's sort of thoughts on this. Let's see. I don't even remember what do they still go by numbers? World Martial Arts Tournament. We gotta do the entire thing, man. There's more than
although there was a black fighter.
It was a black fighter that was not very
the very stereotypical black fighter.
Yes, it was.
It was kind of.
But there was one. But there was one.
Yeah,
there was one.
But yeah,
we got one. That's all that matters.
So we have
Broly's mixed though. Confirmed. Broly's a black man.
The World Tournament saga. It is the 25th World Martial Arts Tournament. It happens every 4 years, except for the time where apparently Cell brought it back. He was like, "Oh, after that Cell one, we just had to keep bringing it back because of the ratings and shit."
So they got excited. So Cell restored the feeling. That's ridiculous, bro.
Oh my god!
Wow.
the greatest things that happen in this. So we get the transformation of the do-rag, Great Saiyaman, and Stryker. There's a subplot of Stryker trying to reveal him. He's like, I gotta reveal him to love
Stryker.
That. And it's just like, man, anime,
bro. It's like you can make a story about anything and it could be exciting, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, and I was looking his role in the books is far more reduced. He's not as much of a he doesn't scheme as much for the love. Like, I gotta expose him.
Yeah. He's like, I gotta expose him. He's just a hater. He's a hater. They all have one. You'd be doing something wrong if you don't have one.
Yeah. Just facts.
One of my favorite parts is literally the punching machine, which qualifies who enters this tournament.
That is one of my favorite parts as well. I'm glad you brought that up.
To me, I don't know how much sense this makes.
It makes zero sense, nigga.
In terms of just like how hard your punch is determines how strong you are. Because one, it's kind of right, and then two, it's kind of fucked up. Because what if you got? I don't know. What if you got tentacles? I don't know what you're saying. Like, but nonetheless,
I guess they would put you in a different order for who you're gonna fight.
Vision, yeah.
But in the same time, no, Videl had the fucking fight. Oh, but she won though. She won the first match, huh?
She did not win the first match.
Okay. Yeah, they said okay, like the Z Fighters they went in agreement. They're like, okay, to conceal we're going to conceal our true power. No Super Saiyans. We don't want to get the locals riled up.
Right.
We're going to hold back, except for Vegeta.
Vegeta's like,
fuck this shit, bro. Literally,
I gotta punch to qualify for this tournament. Kablow! Blows the entire fucking machine up.
Everybody spooked.
Everyone is like, what is going on? And Vegeta's just like, I guess I qualified. I mean,
let's not forget Piccolo's destroying cameras, nigga.
Piccolo's destroying cameras. These guys are causing havoc.
Can't take them nowhere, man.
No, you can't. You really can't.
The pressure mechanism seems to be broken. See if you can fetch the other machine.
Of course, sir.
Now stand aside.
Oh, wow.
Goten and Goku's emotional embrace.
It was fake, man.
First time seeing his dad in 8 years.
I didn't feel that, man. I felt it on Goten's side.
Hey, he looks like me.
Yeah, but Goku just kind of, to me, we're gonna get more into this Saiyan shit whenever we start talking about the new Broly movie, but I'm gonna give Goku a piece of my mind, nigga. This nigga's a terrible father, nigga. Terrible father, bro.
He isn't called, no visits.
I mean,
he can show for a day out of nowhere for a tournament, but he doesn't show up for like graduation.
It's not even that, Mills. When he needs to communicate something that has to do with martial arts, he can talk to everybody. but he can't even check in on Chi-Chi, on Gohan while he's, I mean, bro, it take 5 minutes, put your hand on somebody's back, some Kai, and he can talk to whoever he want to talk to.
Yeah, he's doing all right. I would say he's doing all right for somebody who got tricked into being married.
Yeah.
You're right. You're 100% right.
That's true, man.
Oh my god. Anyway, we get the warm embrace of Goten and Goku for the first time.
Warm.
And seeing him back again. Krillin has hair. Krillin has hair now.
Yeah, it's dope too.
How do you feel about Krillin with hair?
I love Krillin with hair. I had an action figure of Krillin with hair, and I just think it gave him more personality. The bald head is like
more marketable bald.
I literally don't like bald Krillin.
Oh my god.
I think it's just like it's weird for me. I never did. I never understood the hair the 6 hair follicles on his forehead.
Well, no, I don't think that was hair follicles. I think that was something like Buddhist.
I think when he came out, he had the traditional monk,
right. Fuck that shit, bro. Listen, man, it was all weird.
Oh my god.
I never really cared for it, but the look with the hair is fire.
I'm wondering why they added him with hair. That's a question that I don't know how many people.
I think it just solidifies home life and chilling.
Maybe.
Growth.
I mean, it could. Yeah, it definitely could.
I think it's just like a growth thing. Like, they're just trying to show that things have happened, things have changed. You know what I mean?
Because
he's a family man now. He can chill out. He's letting his hair grow.
He's got the best wife on the show besides Bulma.
He's got Android 18 is now his wife. Gohan's like, yeah, Android 18, is she still blowing up trucks and shit? And
Goku got back and he was like, hold on, guys, look.
First of all, they completely gloss over the fact this is the first time he's seen Android 18 ever.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Well, actually, no.
Well, when Cell threw her up,
I guess he did. I guess you can recognize her. He was like, "Oh, you look."
But after that, yes, you're right.
You look a little less mucously, like.
He's like, how do you have kids with her if she's an android?
Right.
Like, that's so weird.
It's so weird. You have kids with an android?
My nigga Krillin was like, yo,
please,
chill out,
my wife.
Chill out. She still got he's like, yo, she's got human parts. Chill out.
It all works. Bro.
It all works. Yeah, that's what he's like. It all works, guys. That's what he should have said. That's what he should have said.
Wink.
Wink, wink.
Oh my god. Despicable.
Krillin get to be with 18 for the rest of his life, man. What a life.
Yes, for the rest of his life, not the rest of her life. He will be dead many times over.
Yeah, she'll live. Marin might die before.
Right.
Might go before 18.
Let's see. The world tournament ends. What else we got? We got the intro. We got them walking in. They're punching the things. Another one of my favorite scenes, produced by Waves and Rocks. The adaptation of what happened during the Cell Saga with all the actors and the costumes.
Mm-hmm.
That is my favorite part.
That little fun part?
I love that part.
I think it was genius to throw that in because the costumes were hilarious.
It's like, oh my god, Vegeta is like, I wish I were him. And I'm just like, bro, this is the greatest thing ever. I'm going to play a clip of it right now. So all this is going to happen in post-production anyway. But I'm definitely playing the clip of it. It's fucking incredible.
Waves and Rocks! This show is brought to you by Waves and Rocks.
We will stop you, Cell Monster!
Ha ha! It is I, Cell, who will instead beat you. Ha ha!
Let's fight now!
Ha! Oh, here! Take that! Ha! Ho! Ha ha ha! You gang of strangers were not hard, but easy.
Rats, we have lost.
Ha 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 ha! Now that I have beaten you, I will blow up the world. Wait! You haven't beaten me! You look very strong. Here is a fireball. Ha 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 ha.
Stop your laughing!
What? But how did you escape?
Your useless tricks are stupid and useless.
Take my monster rays.
Ha ha! Nothing you do has scared me.
Oh my, but now I am scared. Please will you forgive me?
No! Ha ha! How can I forgive an evil monster like you? You are a bad person and you do not want to change. Take that! Ha ha! In
I'm losing.
Mr. Satan is great.
I wish I were him.
I am beaten.
Justice always wins.
Say, champ, you're truly great. Hey, where'd you go? That was great how you beat Sal.
We also learned that the World Tournament is now switching to 2 sets of tournaments, and there is a kids one and there is an adult one. How do you feel about that in terms of just the differences? Because
I guess they figure, I think it makes sense.
I think it gives Trunks and Goten. I mean,
They had to. Yeah,
it gives them a moment because, quite frankly, they can't compete with the adults. Even though I think it would be exciting if it was like Goten versus Krillin, or like Trunks versus Krillin, or anybody versus Krillin at this point. But I thought that would have been interesting. But they have the kids tournament. The kids tournament is all fine and dandy. There's there's two sets of delinquent families that they get out of the paint, and we have a battle between Trunks and Goten. What do you think about that fight? To me, it was better than I remembered it. Revisiting this,
I liked it from the start. I liked the original when I was young. I mean, I liked it always. I just they got some signatures in. We just got to see them, and after that, because after that it's them together. So it was cool, man. It was a good time. I'm glad it happened.
What do you think, John?
Yeah, it's like it's such like like BFFs showing up. It's like this is probably their first, obviously, like they're young kids, like their first like battle, like they're actually competing to win something. So it's like they're figuring things out. They're inventing stuff on the fly. They're it's okay. What if I try this? Like, oh, let's not use beams anymore. Like, oh, I'll fight.
Yeah, they're so creative.
Beams, or I'll fight with only my right hand. They're making they're just figuring it out as they go.
I love it. I love how it gets very, very intense. And they start going back and forth. They start using beams and stuff. Eventually, Trunks is forced to turn Super Saiyan because he's locked in by Goten and like all this other extra stuff. And then it's just a nice, funny ending. Just the way
calling each other cheaters.
Yeah, and Goten is just like he tries to stop himself from getting knocked out of the tournament, but just some weird twist of fate, his feet land on the outside. It's kind of like what happened to Goku multiple times, actually.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
They
do that a good bit, guys. Like if you really watch and you really dig, like they have a lot of like callbacks to recognize somebody in the past, especially when it comes to Goku and his kids. They do it a lot. Like even like kind of what you said, the Videl and Gohan thing is like you were spot on talking about how
it's coming full circle.
Yeah, kind of like a Chi Goku thing, and they just. Yeah, man.
They found love at a tournament. Hell, I mean, we're in the tournament, world tournament. They're in the world tournament. Like,
And haven't you guys noticed, like, Trunks' personalities? Like, some episodes he's Bulma, some episodes he's Vegeta. Like, he just has, like, such a...
What are the Bulma parts?
Dude, he's such like a smart ass.
Smart ass, right.
Yeah, it's not like Vegeta smart ass. But he has moments, too, when he's just like, well, I'm also better than you. So
you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
he has that same pride built in.
It's in there, bro. And sometimes he just takes after both of his parents.
And he's just like, my dad is the best because my dad is alive and here and takes me to parks and all these other things. And your dad is dead and doesn't even call. And I don't even know how strong he is. I'm just going off of what Gohan says.
Yeah, I can only go off what people told me. Who is he? My dad's right here.
He sounds like a scrub to me compared to my dad.
I'm telling you, bro.
That is funny. All right, so we have the kids tournament. The kids tournament is fun. All of this is like, it's a lot.
Damn it, man! Real quick.
Go ahead.
I gotta get this thought out. I also think that's why Trunks is stronger than Goten because Goku's stronger than Vegeta. But anyways, go ahead.
I mean, that could be it. They say it's because one is older.
I don't care about that. We know that. Come on, man. Yeah, come on now.
He's younger and I can't. He's younger and he can't fly. That's what he thinks.
Right.
Like, I think I'm stronger. He's younger. He can't fly.
Right.
Let's see what we got here. There's a little side with Trunks beating up Mr. Satan, which was funny. All this Hercule stuff to me, like as funny as he was in the Cell Saga, the Buu Saga is just like to me just takes his character to the next level. Am I missing anything? I know Trunks and Goten want to fight in the actual tournament.
It's some good foreshadowing because they end up stealing another fighter's costume. And
Mighty Mask.
Mighty Mask.
They fight on each other's shoulders.
Mighty Mask is his
hilarious.
Name. And,
Mighty Mask versus Android 18 was hard, bro.
Listen.
fire ass fight. It don't make no sense.
We get to the actual tournament, the grown-up tournament, the tournament that we here for. And we have they're down to 16 competitors. The punching machine, literally a day's worth of, before the world tournaments, they were like, oh, everyone's fighting in small blocks for the entire fucking day.
They're gone, yeah.
And then they're just like, nah, no, we got 16 fighters based on this, high-tech system that we have, which is a punching machine. I'm going to run down the fighters. I want everyone to give their thoughts about it.
Sure.
Should I go over Z? Let's go over Z fighters. Krillin at this point. How do we feel about him?
I give Krillin a good chance to do what he does against Scrubs or somebody who's not of power. But Krillin doesn't mean much to me. I think he's there because he's a Z warrior. He's a Z fighter, so he's got to be there, man.
Yeah, as far as actual like physical stuff, like he's got the after image. He can
he cut his hair, didn't he?
He's got solar flare. He can
He's been in the tournament he's been in the tournament a couple times. I mean, he's done progressively worse every time since then. But
he's a part of the history of the tournament.
It could be worse. It could be Yamcha. Sure. Yamcha, who has retired off screen. Nah, man, I'm not going to join this one, man. I'm done with fighting.
Yamcha's had one girlfriend since Dragon Ball.
I mean, you don't know. He might be, getting it in.
I do know. I do know.
We have his opponent in the first round. We have Pintar. Let me see. Pintar, big guy.
Yeah.
Huge guy. Indian. Just use his size. He's like, my size is going to get me through this thing. So I don't know if we have much thoughts about Pintar. John, you have any thoughts about Pintar?
No, it's just the typical, small man, big man, small man fight. It's a matchup that's been seen, before in various. It's a classic matchup.
We have the second battle, which is Piccolo, who is going under the guise of Ma Junior. Mm-hmm. Ma Junior is a great rap name.
You like Ma Junior?
Ma Junior. He could sell records with that. Versus Shin, another alias. Shin is in the world tournament, and he is the enigma. He is the person who is a mystery that we don't know about. He is probably the most intriguing person there based on his eyes alone and his smirk.
Yeah.
Shin, we learn, is one of the major parts of this series, and we learned that he is the Supreme Kai, and I want to do a little character profile breakdown.
Yeah, we definitely can.
Our intro on the Supreme Kai. First thoughts, just in general.
I love Supreme Kai's design. I always have.
The earrings.
I always loved the design. I loved everything about Supreme Kai's design. It's just from a series standpoint. At that moment, they had us thinking that this guy was
a threat,
the all powerful.
The switcheroo.
Yeah, he had such a great look and a mysterious, villainous look. That it made you think that this was the next guy, and I don't mind that he wasn't. It's just what they ended up turning him into really just rubbed me off, Ron. So,
what about you, John?
Yeah, like I said, it was from the first appearance, kind of like the menacing, the very sinister look to him. And it's like, what is this going to end up being? Yeah, and as he goes on, it kind of
he's kind of a coward.
Yeah,
he's kind of a coward. That's all. He's just not a fighting.
He's a spaz.
Yeah, he's a little weird. He's
a spaz. He's seen what Majin Buu can do. We'll get all into that all after the fact, but he's seen what Majin Buu can do. So he's a little spazzy. He's a little spazzy.
He was scared to engage. He's like, no, we got to hold off.
So to me, my character profile on the Supreme Kai was definitely intriguing at first. Definitely a mystery. They use a lot of music when he was around. They use a lot of, shots of his eyes and just thing. He scared Piccolo. To shit, just so he forfeited his place in the tournament by just literally on his presence alone. It made you think Supreme Kai, or at least Shin in this matter, was going to be a guy, was going to be a threat, was going to be something. And it all falls down from there. Third match, we got Videl versus Spopovich. We go talk about this.
My favorite fight out of all this.
Really?
Yeah.
This is a.
I mean, it's a. Don't get me wrong. It's a very brutal fight, but I like the fight. Because we don't. I like when Dragon Ball Z takes you to a level where somebody's on the brink of death, and it's brutal, and because for me,
well, let's talk about Spopovich and Yamu too.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so basically, we don't know these characters. Yeah, we don't know these characters as of what their purpose is. They definitely have vindictive personalities, and they look like they're they're very evil. Now, apparently, they were in a tournament prior. No. Yeah,
because Hercule was like, "How did Spopovich before they have a flashback? It's like, how did he get so strong? Like, I don't remember him being this strong back in the day."
I whooped him real quick. Vidal should have been able to whoop him like that. Like
Vidal gets absolutely.
We'll talk about it. We got to talk about it in a whole section in itself.
Let's do it.
Look, but I want to run through the other fighters. Spopovich and Yamu, we got them. They're clearly some shaky looking characters. We got Gohan and Kibito. Kibito is
Shin's handler.
Yeah, he's just pretty much
his attendant.
He's the guy who heals people and gets bodied like the first 5 seconds into the mission. We have Mr. Satan versus Android 18, which is interesting because it's kind of the way it ended up anyway. But they were supposed to fight in the first round, and they end up being the final 2 in the tournament. That is very special. Mm-hmm. Goku versus Vegeta, and Vegeta is like, he's got the second he picks out his ball, is he's figuring out Goku. He's like, are we really? Oh, we about to get this down, and everyone's like, in the first round? That's crazy. I kind of wish we saw it, but we end up kind of.
Well, we get a great scene. We get one of the best scenes. It's the scene that we're about to talk about here. When we get to it, is one of the best scenes that were in this saga to me.
Goku versus Vegeta, off rip.
Yeah,
first round. I didn't know how this. I mean, I'm rewinding to when I was a kid. I didn't know much about the Buu saga. I knew who Majin Buu was because he's such an iconic design, and it's pink and it's got the M's. I knew who Majin Vegeta was. I knew who all that thing was.
Yeah.
But I never really knew how this shook down, really. But it's kind of interesting that it sort of never actually happened in the tournament. We have number 7, Mighty Mass versus Killa. Killa is the
brother.
The brother in Dragon Ball Z.
And his name is Killa, guys.
Killa, with the A.
With the A, guys.
Of course.
Hey, what's going on, Toriyama? What you
I'm saying, bro.
What's your angle?
It looked like he just took.
He's like, chill. It's the 80s. Come on.
Yeah. He took whatever he knew about Western Black culture, and he said, "All right, your name's Killa."
Your name's Killa. But listen, oh my God, I was trying to see what else I could find about him, but
you know what though? His name was Killa in the dub. What is it? What is it? I wonder what his name is in Japanese.
His name
is it still Killa?
I don't want to say it because it's going to sound wild.
It's okay. What does it mean? The same thing?
No, it's literally Kira.
Oh wow! What is?
I didn't want to say it because it would sound wild offensive, but it's Kira.
It's Kira.
It's Killa, but.
What do you mean? What's it? What's it say? What is it? How's it spelled?
Kira.
Oh, okay.
So you know?
Yeah, I'm looking at all. It's like Killa, Killa, Killah, Killer.
Yeah.
Kira.
Well, yeah, whatever.
So obviously, Killer.
It's cool, man. I don't think the creator of Dragon Ball Z is racist. I don't. But it was just funny.
It's
Kira. It's a matter of like translations. It work both ways. Like, okay.
Right.
Do you ever get into an argument with somebody about Mr. Popo? Do you think Mr. Popo is a racist character?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah, I do.
I definitely think it has race. I definitely think it has
easily
racial
just
characteristics.
It starts off with the appearance, and that's where it kind of goes down, and then all things after the fact. But if you know Mr. Popo, you know that he is. But it's still, you know what he is.
He's not. It's a racist
like the face and the voice. They have like the stereotypical like I don't like Genie, not Genie, but like the whole like that style is like
visually,
yeah,
it's pretty racist.
Even his character, but even his role.
You think the role is racist too?
The role is kind of racist.
Is he kind of a servant?
He is a servant.
Kind of
he's
a servant.
Yeah,
he is kind of a servant, guys.
Well, he's the he fills the same role as like so he like you got Kami and Popo, you got Kibito and Shin, and then you got Beerus Whis, like it all like
I hear that.
Well, Whis is like more like
Whis. I think Whis is stronger than Beerus.
I don't know if Whis is stronger than Beerus.
It's like
but
I was looking at before this I was looking at a hierarchy chart because I was curious about how where the Kais and all that stuff shakes out, and it essentially works out to like okay, each god figure has their own sort of attendant,
right?
And I guess so naturally Mr. Popo fills that role, but I guess like on appearance alone, you can kind of connect the dots and see where okay this might be a little.
If you look at if you look at like old literature, it'll be like like a Jamaican servant like serving like if you look at like old literature, you find stuff like that. That's why I think like the character of Mr. Popo is 100% racist, even though his intentions and he means good, but literally all those characters mean well as well. They're just doing their job, but it's very much so racist.
Yeah, it's not like he's
Popo in 2018.
Yeah,
right,
no.
Right. No, but it's not like he. Luckily, it's not.
I don't even think is he in Super like that as much even.
He's in Super.
I think they leave him out of Super like a lot.
I just think he's not. Well, they're doing the right thing. They're doing the right thing.
In the final 8th match,
it's the best thing to do, man. Just leave. Like if you can avoid it, then avoid it.
If the final 8th match is Jewel versus Yamu,
yeah.
Jewel is the pretty boy. He was just like he's got all the ladies and. Blonde hair, all this other stuff, and Yamu's Yamu. Let's get into the actual specifics of this tournament. We don't have to go through Krillin versus Pintar because
y'all know what happens.
One shot kill. Piccolo versus Shin. Piccolo ends up being very, very afraid. This entire saga does no benefits to Piccolo.
No.
It actually regressed Piccolo like a lot.
His regression continues.
His regression, but it picked up the pace so heavy in the Buu saga because he literally transforms from one of the strongest martial artists in the world to pretty much a babysitter throughout the Buu saga, throughout Super.
Piccolo and Mello have the same
career
path.
Mello, wow.
They have the same career path now.
All right.
It's facts, man.
Yeah, you got Hoodie Jr.
We get to the third match, which is Vidal versus Popovich, and
yeah, game time. Look, man, I like violent anime. I like stuff like that. I mean, I like the. I mean, obviously, it's a cartoon, guys. I don't want to see women getting beat up,
right?
But it's a cartoon. So, but anyways, the purpose for the story and just having somebody really train really hard with Gohan, and I think the reason why I love it is because I just love how Gohan reacts to that situation. So let's talk about this fight, guys.
Let's talk about the fight. Vidal does pretty well in the beginning. Vidal
she does.
She's on the offensive. She's kicking butt. She is, really doing a lot. But everyone is kind of worried. There's this like shot
dark
of like
energy.
Yeah, there's this shot of like Goku looking and seeing the fight, and then he looks at Vegeta, and then Vegeta looks at Goku.
Wait. Who tweeted us?
It was something. Someone tweeted it.
Who tweeted us that video?
That was
of this exact scene that we're talking about.
That was a hilarious video.
And said it was me and you. It was, what was it? Me and you with the Brawly news? Yes. Somebody tweeted us and said.
Was that you, John?
But
it was somebody.
Who was it, man?
It was somebody, but it was just like.
And they were like, whenever the new Brawly news came out, it was me and you when the trailer came on, basically, and it was hilarious.
But the Goku and Vegeta obviously know something is up there. It's like this guy should not be taking this many blunt hits to the head and still be standing. Like he's got whatever the opposite of CTE is. Like they know something is up, but Videl just keeps ramming it home. She's kneeing him in the face. She's kicking him in the face. She's
beating his ass, bro.
She's actually getting exhausted, whooping his ass.
She's beating his ass.
Like, at some point, Goku's like, I think she should forfeit from this match. And Gohan's like, what are you talking about? She's murdering this fool. Like,
right.
And then Spopovich decides to go on the offensive. And it gets very, very... Well, you know what? He decides to go on the offensive, but really that blow ends up being that kick that turns his head completely.
It was awesome.
That was a switch. It was like okay, like they're about to disqualify Videl's like, okay, you can't,
you can't kill people.
Fatally injure. Yeah.
You literally
He's obviously dead. You need to stop.
His head is facing the other way. There's
no way he's alive. You can't. But then,
my God, then he goes on the offensive and he says, "Oh no, it's clobbering time," and it's one of the most brutal. It's one of the most violent. It is one of the most, a scene.
It had to be done, bro.
A scene that will not live up in 2018, even though they do show it anyway, because you got to show everything in Dragon Ball Kai.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a cartoon. It's also an anime.
So I mean, that's why they show it at 11 p.m.
And they're in a martial arts contest.
He beats the holy hell out of her.
You know what's crazy though? Now that you mention this, that shit's kind of crazy because women get to participate with men in this fucking tournament.
Right.
And this dude was like, this fight was, it looked competitive at first, but when it became one-sided, they really wanted you to know how one-sided it was.
Well, here's the thing. I'm wondering now. I thought, my first thoughts of looking at this tournament are like, are they immortal? Is he immortal? Like, there should be no way, even if you get your head kicked and like, even as a human, you shouldn't survive that. Like, you shouldn't, just like naturally.
Yeah.
I know if Vegeta gets his head kicked and his neck breaks, like, he's down for the count.
So that Majin shit, man.
But he goes on the offensive. He's punching in the gut. He's at backbreakers. He's like rubbing her head against like the ground and all these other things. Crazy. He's like stepping on her. There's a whole bunch of other things. Gohan is getting riled up. He's seeing all of this.
Yeah, bro. That was the best. That's like the best part of this.
And he's
because
like,
that's the first time you see him serious since Cell.
Videl, he's telling Videl to quit, but Videl refuses to quit. And at some point, everyone's like, this battle should have been over already. And she almost flies out of the ring, but then he grabs her, and it becomes very clear what his intentions are. And his intentions aren't just to, win this match. He wants to hurt. He wants to have fun. He wants to kill and maim people. And he enjoys this torture. So Gohan's in the corner. It's literally one of the coolest transformations.
It is, bro. I'm telling you, he got real serious.
It's an underrated it's an underrated one because he's like his glasses, his cape flies off.
Everything just flies.
It's glowing yellow.
It was drawn really well. By the way, this episode is done really, really well. And I think Goku's like, calm down.
Flies off and it's golden in the air and shit.
Goku's like, calm down. Doesn't he tell him like to chill out? And then
chill.
Just like, nah, bro.
Chill.
It's my lady, bruh.
Like, nah, you can't have him. And Goku's like, damn. And then shit,
I really ain't been here for a while.
and Supreme Kai is like, let's see how this goes. Like, but everyone's pretty much like, the thing about the Blue Saga is there's so many different stories and so many different things going on at the same time. There's multiple motivations that they cut to. They cut to sort of Yamu seeing how strong Gohan is, and it's just like, wow. The Majin readings are off the charts. I don't know what fucking... I don't know what they got. The Majin readings are off the charts. Meanwhile, like... Supreme Kai knows what they're after, so he knows that they know that they have this character, and they just want to bring out the best of him.
Was this after Supreme Kai told Piccolo, or Piccolo found out?
This was before this Popovich
Okay,
beat
before.
down. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So, but they eventually do the reveal.
Yeah.
Where
Like, that's Supreme Kai, and he's like oh, what?
Supreme Kai? I only heard about him in movies and shit. Like, it's like there's a Supreme Kai, and it's just like, wow, I've heard legends, but like, I didn't know there's actually a Supreme Kai. And he's feeling himself. He's like, yeah, I'm Supreme Kai. I fuck what you heard. I'm that guy. And they go back. Gohan eventually Videl loses. Spovovich is just like Yamu's just like Spovovich, we're through. Come on, and he kicks her out the ring. He's just like whatever.
Fuck you.
Everyone's running around for sensu beans. Goku's like, it looks like we about to be in some shit. Let me get some sensu beans in the meantime. Gosh. We get a moment of Videl and Gohan and Mr. Satan and him realizing like, yo,
oh shit,
you crushing on the scrawny kid?
Yeah, that's what happened.
How'd that happen? My Videl?
See, the cool thing is, man, it also it goes back. Like this all is still Cell stuff to me. Like it holds so much history to have Hercule and Gohan in the same room again. Right. Or the same area again.
Right, 100%. To me, literally, after, he gets the sensu beans for Videl, Videl's back at full strength. I need your thoughts on this, and I'll go into my points. Both of you guys' thoughts. To me, after this, they start the fight between Gohan and Kibito. He revealed about Supreme Kai and all the facts. To me, this is where logic completely flies out the fucking window.
Why you say that?
Everything flies out the window. Because to me, instead of them trying to make a concerted effort, instead of Supreme Kai making a concerted effort to try to find where Babidi is, even though Babidi's ship is hidden, but you would have found him eventually. Instead of him having a concerted effort, they sacrifice Gohan in this entire thing for the sole purpose. So he half revives Majin Buu.
Yeah.
He revives Majin Buu. So he's in accordance with helping with the revival of Majin Buu.
Yeah, indirectly. He allows like we have to wait, let him, whatever happens. He doesn't like whatever happens, guys.
Don't do anything. It's okay. Trust me, it'll be okay.
You can't jump in. And they're like, what? What do you mean? It's like, listen, just whatever happens.
If I'm Vegeta, I would have been like, look, let's go beat these guys up and make them tell us where the hell this place is.
Vegeta with the ultimate comeback. He was like, I don't know who you are, and you're telling me what to do.
Isn't that one of your favorite parts?
That's one of my favorite parts. He is like, you come
Vegeta's
here.
like, nigga, please.
And you're telling me what to do? Who are you? And Piccolo was like, shush, he's Supreme Kai. And everyone's like, oh shit, Supreme Kai.
Vegeta still ain't care.
You don't care.
He was like, who?
Supreme
nothing to me.
Who
my father is?
What is it, Piccolo? What's happening out there?
I'm not sure, Goku. We'll see.
It's time. You do not need to worry about Gohan. He will be fine. But no matter what happens, I want you to promise me you'll stay out of the ring. Do you understand?
What? No way! What do you want with Gohan?
He wants to see his power. Well, let's see it.
This is gonna get me kicked out of school. All right, then. You asked for it.
I don't know you, and you're telling me what to do? Who do you think you are?
Vegeta, show him some respect. That is no way to be talking to the Supreme Kai.
I heard stories from King Kai, but I thought they were just stories. Shin, you're the Supreme?
So they go in all under the pretenses of we can't get involved by orders of Supreme Kai. He is the Supreme Kai. By virtue of him being as high a deity as he is, we imagine that this is a good idea. This is what they go on. So Kibito and Gohan get in the ring. Kibito's like, I want you at your full strength. He's like, sure. I mean, I'm gonna get expelled from school for this, but yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
He goes Super Saiyan. I'm assuming Super Saiyan 2. It looks Super Saiyan 2.
Yeah, it's Super Saiyan 2.
It had the electricity around it. That's my only.
It's definitely 2. It's definitely 2.
It was a very cool transformation as well.
It's an amazing transformation. Yeah. Another great drawn episode.
And then Yamu and Spopovich are like, this is the one. Let's roll in. So they're hopping in. Gohan's like, we got company, which is like, whatever, just cool anime guy line. It's like, we got company, whatever, cool superhero. And Kibito's like, actually, you got company.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure you can't move, and they're going to stab you and steal your power in the middle of the ring and almost kill you. Because we need to find out where these guys are. And the only way we can find out where these guys are is for them to almost kill a guy, steal their energy for the person we're trying to stop, and follow them. And I'm just like, to me, in my head, I'm like, there could have been a smarter way to do this.
Yeah.
Because this kind of adds to the revival of Majin Buu, which is something that Supreme Kai wants to, prevent. This adds to the entire story of this. Just starts everything off. This starts, to me, the bad chain of events that happen throughout everything going on after the fact. But was it a good idea? Do you think it's justified? I'm gonna get John's answer first. But do you think it's justified in what they did in terms of having to find Majin Buu by nearly killing Gohan and also getting energy for Majin Buu?
I guess in a sense of like, okay, like what you're saying is like, okay, I guess his thought process was like, okay, they're gonna get some energy and they're gonna go somewhere. We need to like, in the sense that they needed to trail them to find where they were because eventually they find out, oh, the ship was hidden. The place they were going to was was hidden underground. But
right,
like it made sense in a way of like okay, we need to follow them, to know where like this needs to happen so that they can
watch
where they're going and we can follow them. But as far as like from other people, like the other fighters are like, you're hurting Gohan. Like,
does the ends justify the means?
Yeah, it's like what they're thinking. Yeah,
I mean, I guess it. I mean, look, basically, you think could there have been another way to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean.
I think they underestimated how strong Saiyans. Everybody was.
Yeah, I'm about to say there's like 4 or 5 Saiyans. They definitely could have probably found this base without doing this, but it makes sense.
I think they would have found the Saiyans eventually.
Yeah, I hear you. But it makes sense that they did this way. I mean, it's just weird. It's a sacrifice, but apparently
it's a sacrifice. Okay. Apparently, it was a necessary sacrifice.
Apparently.
Gohan almost gets killed in the middle of the ring. Chi-Chi's like, what are they doing to my baby? Gohan and Goku's chilling in the cut. He's like, all right, let's see how this plays out. Piccolo's losing it. Piccolo's like, what are you doing to him? My son.
If I chill out. If I was Goku, I would turn around and be like, nigga, shut your ass up, bro.
I'm pretty sure Goku told Piccolo, chill.
Like, stop.
Chill,
bro.
He'll be fine. He was like, this is Gohan, though.
But it's okay. I mean, I guess to show, it also does show how Majin Buu's getting his power. I guess they wanted to make sure that they just let the audience know this is how it's being done.
Right. It's pretty gruesome. I mean, it's not like a stab where there's like blood and everything like that, but it's still sort of a stab where it's just like it looks pretty.
It looks nasty. Yeah, it looks nasty.
Yamu and Spopovich, once they get their energy, they fly off.
They dip.
Supreme Kai is like, I'm gonna fly off after them. Goku and Vegeta. Goku's like, I'm flying off after him. Vegeta's like, well, if this guy's not going to be in the tournament, I'm going to follow him.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, just meet us there when you find.
Basically. And
when you revive Gohan,
everybody at the tournament left.
Krillin's like, I got to go. I got to follow Goku.
The audience is like, so what's going on?
He's like, you know how this goes. I don't know why Krillin went.
He's like, tell mom everyone's gonna be okay. You know, like let him know. Piccolo, explain what's going on.
Piccolo's like, tell Dende I'll be all right. Like, tell Dende I had to go do stuff.
Gohan getting stabbed is the catalyst. Like as soon as he
absolutely, that's when it starts.
Stabbed, it's on. It's on.
Yeah, it's on.
Essentially, everything is on. John, bro, thank you for coming through. Bro, what are your favorite moments of the Buu Saga since we have you here?
I do like the intro. Like it goes on further. Like the introduction of fusion, the whole deal of obviously Vegeta's sacrifice later on.
Right.
I guess like the foreshadowing of like the fusion foreshadow. Like I didn't appreciate it as a kid, but like the fusion foreshadowing with Mighty, like Goten and Trunks as Mighty Master wanting to work together.
Right. Very cool stuff.
Oh, I never even thought of that.
I know, right? Like now he says that, it's like that's true. Mighty Mass was basically just a foreshadowing of them working together in a fusion. So,
yeah. Man, John, thank you for coming through. Where can they find you on Twitter and plug everything that you have going on?
Okay, so you can follow me on Twitter at Johnny_Barnes. Talk a lot about music, culture, local happenings. I myself have my own little podcast hobby that I've been starting. I got 4 episodes up right now, talking about just hip hop in the Twin Cities, Minnesota.
Nice.
You can search local heat on SoundCloud. I have the episode pinned on my Twitter. All playlist is up there. Go check that out.
Yeah, man, incredible.
Always supporting, man. Like for real. I haven't been able to tell you besides like Twitter stuff, but everyone
notices too, and everyone is just like, I remember there's this thing in our chat, and it was just like everyone was like, "Who's this John Barnes guy?" It was like, "Yo, don't mess. John is fucking incredible."
RNC knows who you are, bro. RNC knows who you are.
We're just like, "Yo, John always supports. Like he's amazing, bro."
We respect you. It's real. It's real.
The love is real.
The love is very real, my guy. And for all the support on that, on Two Belts, on everything, man. Thank you so much. Glad to have you on the first episode of The Lookout for the season 3 for the Buu Saga. If you would like to, if you like what you heard, please hit us up. If you like what you heard, please like, please share, please subscribe. If you follow us on iTunes, please give us the 5 stars under RNC Radio and tell us why you give us 5 stars. Make sure you put The Lookout or something along those lines, or make sure you put out any of the podcasts that we have. We have the A Show with myself and Johnny 5. We have RSPN returning this fall. We have A Perfect Play returning pretty soon, actually. I'm hearing it's coming back pretty soon. If not, by the time you hear it, maybe it'll be back. We have Late Fees with Eric, Pat, Wes, and J5, which is always funny, always great conversation. What else we got going on?
It's one of my favorite shows right now, probably.
We got Two Belts with myself and Carlos. We talk about Nicki Minaj last week. This week we're going to talk about why we hate stands and all this other stuff. So if that's not out already, you probably heard it by then. And if not, go over and check it out. We got a lot of stuff coming at RNC Radio. Like we got playlists coming. We got all this stuff. MB4. Like, but until then, we'll be back. Thank you for tuning in. Meet us at The Lookout.
Meet us at The Lookout.